Hello, hi, and welcome to another vlog. Today is Tuesday, and this vlog will be basically like a reading vlog slash apartment updates. So welcome. There are quite a few apartment updates, honestly, since the last vlog I posted, which was about a little over a week ago. We do have a couch, and I have a bookshelf, a new bookshelf, which you might have seen already if you saw my most recent video, but I'll do like an in-depth update on that as well. But yeah, we're like settling in. It's going good. I have not been doing as much reading as I would have liked to. I wanted to do the Sealy challenge. I posted about that earlier this month, in the beginning of the month. And if you don't know what the Sealy challenge is, it is essentially a challenge to encourage people to read more poetry. It was created by a poet, Nicole Sealy, and the premise of the challenge, or the gist of the challenge, is that you read one poetry book per day throughout the month of August. So that means you should have read 31 books by the end of the month. I didn't even get to 10 poetry books, I don't think, but the month is not over. There's still a few days left, so I could do a poetry book a day. We'll see. I think I've honestly read 7 poetry collections, which for me is a lot because I typically read 1 to 2 poetry collections a month, if that. So I have read considerably more poetry this month, but that's my update on the Sealy challenge. I haven't read a work for Women in Translation Month, which, if you don't know what that is where you purposely and seek out novels, pieces of literature, works that are authored by women and are translated from a different language into one that you read or speak in. I could read in Elena Ferrante because I have Troubling Love and it's very tiny, but I really wanted to read Paradise Rot. I've seen that going around, and since we're on the brink of fall, I have been in a bit of a mood for like horror-y or more disgusting things to read, which is weird because I'm not really ever in the mood for that. But anyway, I'll talk about my current read now, the novel I'm reading. That is The Guest by Emma Cline. I just recently received this from Random House, so thank you so much. They sent me a tote to go along with it, and this is the perfect book to read in the month of August. The first sentence of the story is, "This was August, the ocean was warm and warmer every day." Beautiful. It follows our main girl, Alex. She is a grifter. She's very chaotic, struggles with like a bit of drug addiction, and she is an opportunist. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. She takes advantage of people, particularly men, in order to stabilize her living situation or her financial security. And she's alone. She's just basically walking around in this island outside of New York City. This isn't a spoiler, but she was involved with an older man. She's 22, he was like in his 50s, and she did something that made him mad. So she's on her own right now, and she was relying on him. And then there's also this element of a guy who she was previously involved with stalking her or being very obsessed with her. So that component is making me want to read more, because I actually do like stories like that where like people are like, there's a bit of a thriller or someone's on edge. It could be like psychologically they're on edge, or just something physically is causing them to be on edge, and that's this component, as well as like just following her around. So this is taking place over Labor Day weekend, which is perfect because that is the weekend that we're going into, this upcoming weekend. So yeah, I'm excited to see where this takes me. I'm about halfway through, as you can see, and it's very easy to read. Like, I am breezing through this when I do have time to read, but it's been pretty chaotic settling in. Anyway, I guess I'll show you some updates. And I've also had a bit of a breakthrough recently with my writing journey and poetry, which I'll talk to you a little bit about later on. So yeah, that's it. Welcome to the vlog. Cheers. I'm drinking coffee out of this beautiful mug that's like one of my favorite mugs. So pretty. I hope to read a little more, getting ready to go back into work soon. So it's a very transitional period for me, I feel like, which can throw me off of a routine, but I'm very determined to stay on it and be consistent. So it's all about your mindset, you know? It's all about switching that on and just being devoted to yourself. So anyways, I'm going on a tangent. I will show you the updates. I actually just realized I never gave a tour of the apartment, so I'm gonna do that now. So you walk in and this is what you see. You're first greeted by the vinyl collection, and oh my god guys, I have to show you. We hit the jackpot with this one. Endless by Frank Ocean in the vinyl store in our city. So yeah, that's amazing. But you're also greeted by this lovely bookshelf that me and my boyfriend just got. This is a little coffee table with some coffee table books, the couch, also the Juki, which my boyfriend is a fashion designer, so he uses that, and this really amazing chair, which is a hack for me. When you are like kind of in tight corners, it's cool to have this chair because it doesn't take up space visually, but it's still there and it's functional. It serves as another seating. And then also a little hack that we did too, this is actually the bench for our table, which slides on the other side. So when we have people over, we can just move this and like seat more people at the table. This is also a sleeper sofa that has storage underneath. And then now for the main event that you're all probably here for, this is the new bookshelf. I really like it. I'm just trying to figure out what to do with these cords in the back because it's kind of serving as a bookshelf slash TV stand. So yeah, it's serving as a TV stand slash bookshelf, but little tour very quickly. This is the record player I got. Shout out to my parents. Speakers, nothing really exciting happening here. This is like Sonnets by Shakespeare, My Dark Vanessa, Thirst for Love, Freshwater by Kweke Emezi, Jenny Bully, The Body and Essay, The White Album, Joan Didion. All of my various writers' notebooks and reading journals and planners that I keep. This section here is poetry with my little skull from Cancun. And yeah, poetry, you can see the titles. Here's a bit of a favorite shelf that is not that well curated, truthfully, but to Elif Batuman's The Idiot and Either Or, Elena Ferrante, My Brilliant Friend, The Lost Daughter, In the Margins, Giovanni's Room, Bluets. As well, you can clearly see the titles. Yeah, some of my favorites. Over here, I just finished reading this and I did a reading vlog on it, The Heaven and Earth Grocery Store by James McBride. The rest of these are like TBR, things I want to read, as well as up here, titles that I really want to get to soon. This is also a little poetry section. As you can see, there's really no rhyme or reason at all to the setup right now. But as I accumulate more and more books and just like get it together, I'm sure it'll come and it'll be like a way better manifestation of my books. But yeah, anyways, I also really want to bring in some books that I should have had here. I feel like I'm missing, just off the top of my head, Luster I didn't bring with me. Just a lot of books that I like that I don't have yet, and now I have space for them. Like, I have a whole lot more space than anticipated, so especially with this new shelf, and I like how it looks. I just need to hide these cords in the back. Yeah, that's it. I'll talk to you guys a little later, or whenever I pick the camera back up. So I kind of left you hanging a bit a while ago. I said that I would talk to you about where I've been with my writing process and just like writing in general. And honestly, I had a bit of a revelation recently, so we're gonna talk about that. But first, I'm so excited because I went to the grocery store and I am 1000% one of those girls, one of those people who gets excited about pumpkin flavored anything. Pumpkin coffee is back, and I had to get K-cups for my Keurig. So I'm gonna make an iced pumpkin coffee and I'll be right back. Any of my booktuber friends can relate about feeling like they need to finish a vlog for a reading vlog. Like, isn't that the whole point? But I feel like this is just a mosh podge of me running my mouth the way that I like to as an Aquarius. We like talking. All right, pumpkin iced coffee is secure. Cheers, let's take a sip. Okay, not bad. This is my first time trying this pumpkin iced coffee. The poetry I have read for the Sealy Challenge, I'll discuss the poetry I'm going to squeeze in the end of this month. It's a bit ambitious, but I really truly want to get to these 3 poetry collections very quickly. Let us begin in, oh, I'm sorry, very quickly. I was looking for this bookmark. This is from the MoMA. My boyfriend bought it for me, and I love it, and I was so sad because I thought I lost it, but like, it's so pretty. I love this bookmark so much. Anyway, guys, I was so surprised to see that because I literally have been looking everywhere for this. I was heartbroken. And I'm just a very sentimental person. I love keeping little things, little items that are gifted to me that are special. So yeah, I don't know. I was like looking everywhere for this, but anyway. So I want to read Let Us Believe in the Beginning of the Cold Season by Farouk Farrokhzad. And I started reading this poetry collection months ago, and then I don't know what happened. I just kind of stopped, but this poetry is stunning. It's about like disintegration of the self, I want to say. The language is also so beautiful in here. It's just very moving poetry. Stunning cover as well. And I want to read this. Also a book that I've been trying to read for years, Life of the Party by Olivia Gatwood. I really want to get to this, read it, and finish it by the end of August. And then last but certainly not least, I very rarely reread books, but my soul has been craving a reread of Life on Mars by Tracy K. Smith, the poetry collection that got me excited to be a writer and to be excited over what language can do, what poems do, the way they transcend us, and the way that they reveal or uncover things about the human condition to us. So this is my little TBR for Sealy. Honestly, I don't think I'm gonna read a translated work. And last year I read a lot of translated fiction, just a lot of translated works in general. This year, not so much. So it's definitely an area I need to improve in, and I will be mindful of that going forward. We don't need these months to just decide to read a certain way, you know? Like, we should be reading diversely. We should always be reading things that aren't written in a language that we readers speak, things that are written by people who don't look like us, who have different experiences than us. So I'm always mindful of that in what I'm reading. Now let's get into my revelations about writing. I think I did speak on this very, very briefly in my moving vlog about feeling slightly uninspired in the area from which I came. And now that I've been here for almost a month now, which is crazy, it's like a week away from, or almost 2 weeks away, we're settling in, as you saw with the apartment updates, and I have just been writing so many great poems. I feel as though I have a very, I think like a spiritual connection, or just an intuitive connection that I have when it comes to writing poetry. And I always say that I see poems, and what I mean by that is that I see them in my mind. I see the images. Usually I'll be like stuck on a certain theme or idea for a while, and then I will see how I want to express that and what I will use to express that, the images, the imagery I will use to express that. So that's fun. And I've also been doing a lot of reflections. I have toyed with the idea of applying for MFAs in creative writing for forever, literally since I was a senior in college, which was years ago now at this point, a few years ago. And I was like, I don't know, it was a shift for me. I was a science major. I worked in physical therapy for a while. I recently switched jobs, and now I'm in a field that is more adjacent to my goals and aspirations as a professional and also a writer. So that's nice. I get teaching experience, and then also I'm able to talk about literature. It's just like a great place to be in. Like, going forward, I think an MFA program for me is the ideal step, no matter what you think of them. I think for me, applying for a program, having a regimented routine, writing routine, workshopping, meeting people, being very inspired by them and how they see the world and how that manifests itself throughout their poetry. Also, I have been wanting to write a book forever, but this is like a fault I have. Like, honestly, I'm not as self-motivated to do so. So I think I definitely need an external force to help me with that. Ideally, the end of your MFA, the second year, you're working on your thesis, which would be a manuscript that you would have, that you would hope to get published. So, and then also on top of that, I have always wanted to teach creative writing courses, especially at the collegiate level, like in college, be a professor. So getting an MFA is the necessary step to also get to that point as well. I don't see myself doing that immediately, but definitely in the near future. I haven't read a single thing today. I've also been hyper fixated on chess, which is interesting because my grandfather used to play chess a lot when I was younger, both of my grandpas actually, and I just never got into it, but now I'm into it. I've been watching videos and I play on like chess.com. I'm not good at all, but it's just a fun little hobby I've developed recently. But yeah, honestly, this video has been a very, very chatty one. I don't even know what to call this. Maybe it's like reflections. If you like these types of videos, let me know. Me just chatting, rambling about reading, writing, life. And if not, also let me know that too. I'm here to serve you. I'm here to give you the content that you like. Yeah, I also, with this move, want to experiment a little more with my channel. I love books, obviously, and I love reading and writing, but I also like lifestyle vlogging and just vlogs in general. I watch a lot of reading vlogs. So it means the world to me when people watch those as well. But yeah, I've been rambling. I'm actually gonna end the video here now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.